Turnovers, penalties, and offense. That's pretty much what defined this game right here. But one turnover decided it all, and that was Marquez Valdez-Scantling fumbling on what should have been a nice, beautiful catch and run on the left sideline to put the Packers inching closer to a potential victory in overtime against the Indianapolis Colts in Indy. That did not happen today. It's a bummer, and they did not expect it to go down quite like this, where it was going to be decided on Indianapolis making one more play and one more turnover to seal the win for them in this very, very offensive shootout, really. And I got to give credit to the Indianapolis Colts. They are an absolutely phenomenal football team. It was hard to score 31 points on this defense. I mean, gotta give some credit to this offense for doing a pretty good job, especially in the first half, when I was not expecting offensive fireworks, given how good the Colts defense is. They do not allow a whole lot of points. They don't allow a whole lot of yards. This game really just came down to turnovers, really. It came down to whichever defense was going to play better, and it was the Colts defense all the way that played better. Sure, they hemorrhaged a lot of yards today in this game, but they did exactly what we couldn't do, which was stop the run, predictably. The Indianapolis Colts held Aaron Jones down to just 41 yards on 10 carries. That was probably a little bit too much that was just too much right there. Aaron Jones should have got the ball more in this game, but the run game was abandoned by Matt LaFleur, and that was kind of one of the big reasons why this offense looked really, really stale and stagnant in the second half, and only scoring 3 points in the entire half, which is what doomed this team ultimately. Aaron Rodgers, he was phenomenal today, except for one play where he underthrew Marquez and it was picked off by Rocky Yassin, but it was more of a better play by him than it was more of an error throw by him. Aaron did finish this game with 27 completions on 38 attempts, 311, 3 touchdowns, and the pick in a relatively turnover and penalty-laced game. I mean, there was just penalties every single play, and there was quite a bit of holding calls on Indianapolis, and that is something that helped the Packers at the very back end in order to be able to complete things and be able to go down, score 3 points, and turn this game back into the Packers' favor, go into overtime and potentially win this game. I mean, this is definitely... It was a shootout. I was kind of not expecting a shootout, as the Packers did a very good job on offense today, except for the turnovers and the running game. The running game was just very lackluster, but the run game was abandoned, and that is partly the blame for today's loss. But you guys, the Indianapolis Colts are a very good team. This is not last year's Indianapolis Colts, where they were just average with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, Phillip Rivers, he's still pretty good. He is not what he used to be, but he can give you some good games, and he brought it today. He had an absolutely phenomenal game with 24 completions for 36, 288, three scores, and a pick. Jonathan Taylor, our former Wisconsin Badger running back, 22 carries, 90 yards. We couldn't stop the run worth a lick today, as usual. I mean, that was pretty much the big difference in the Indianapolis Colts offense, and it really showed, and I think the better offense probably won today, and the better defense did win today, and the team that won in the turnover battle won today. And that's what ultimately went down to, was those factors. Green Bay, at this point, We're 7-3. Still in a very good spot. We are 7-3, and there is no shame at all in losing to a good Indianapolis Colts team who are also 7-3 in their building, and we put up a fight. Like, I saw that this team brought the energy, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The defense it brought a little bit of energy by being able to force some turnovers. We did force a fumble in the first quarter, and then we did force an interception that was tipped by Billy Wynn and picked off by Christian Kirksey. That's what I have to take from this game, is that going forward, lessen up the penalties, don't turn the ball over, don't hang that football out loose to where it can get punched out, and that is what we can take away and learn from this game. When we go back to Lambeau to face the Chicago Bears at home, we cannot give another good defense an opportunity to take the football away from us. And we do have a really tough defense to face in the Chicago Bears. So let's take care of the football, take care of our business, close out the football game, and we should be good to go. I am pretty confident in this team being able to go back home, play the Chicago Bears in a rough and tough, cold environment at Lambeau Field, and be able to put up another W in the win column. You know, that's all she wrote. So I'll catch you guys later for another video. Go Pack Go.